Hey, Sean here from SpeedQBreview.com. So when I am not playing my instrument, playing at gigs, teaching students, making videos for this channel, I like to watch certain videos on YouTube, specifically people who play other video games. Yes, I'm one of those people. There's a couple streamers like Rubik and Small Ant that I like to watch, especially with Mario Maker and Mario Kart. I feel like I'm pretty good at Mario Kart. Maybe I'll do an online tournament at some point. However, I wanted to do a speed run of something, and it got me thinking there must be some cube thing that exists that I could speedrun. So I did a little research, and there's a game that people have already tried speedrunning, and it's called 3D Cube. 3D Cube is a DOS program written in the early 90s. The first thing I did, let's look at what some of the records are. Now, there's a record you can get by just reversing the scramble. No, I'm not going to do that. There is a record for actually solving the cube in not just reversing the scramble way. And the record, one person has done it, 1:11. I'm thinking I got this. So I downloaded the app, or the program that you can get online. I got a DOS emulator, brought back a ton of memories, typing in C://, booted up the program. What is this? Now, I expected it to not be super polished. However, this is slow. Just doing some moves was really slow. Let me tell you how this program works. You don't turn each side by typing R for right or anything like that. It's numbers 1 through 6, and each number is one of the sides. Now, you can click with a mouse, but I feel like it's faster using the keyboard. If you click a number like 1, it'll move that side counterclockwise. If you want to move it clockwise, you hold down Shift, and that'll move it around. You can also turn the cube by doing X, Y, or Z. Now, this isn't the normal cube color scheme that we see today. This is what I believe it's either similar or the exact same as what a lot of people call the Japanese color scheme, also a color scheme that existed more early on in the cube's production. So white and yellow are next to each other. When I solved, I normally am color neutral with 3x3, but I had white always on bottom, just so I have something to always look at and not try to think too hard about it. So I did my first ever solve, thinking I got this. And you know what my time? Just about 4.5 minutes. Oh, okay. So, practice a little bit more, but I got frustrated pretty soon because every so often the game freezes and text scrolls across asking you to register it and buy the full version. So I did a little digging, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to purchase it. I'm going to purchase it so I have a little leg up in this race to get the world record. And I tried to email Warren. Well, that email does absolutely nothing. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe I'll find him on Facebook. Nope, doesn't exist on Facebook. I did quite a bit of digging. A little bit of stalking, but quite a bit of digging. And I found Warren. I contacted him, and he was so nice. He actually talked to me back. He didn't just block me. So first off, thank you for that. I think, I don't know if I would have been so nice, just be like, yeah, who's this random person talking to me? We had a long conversation online. The first big thing I asked him was, hey, can I get the registered version? And he said he doesn't have it anymore. There was a hard drive crash years ago and he just lost all the code. So no, he doesn't have it. He said a surprising number of people did pay him the $7 for the full version, but most of them were not asking for the full version to get rid of the text scrolling. They wanted to know his solution. His solution, he said, wasn't anything crazy. It was more just a methodical way that he put together. He doesn't have anything written down anymore. He wrote it down as a child, but he's sure that it's not something that he just invented, and it's probably what a lot of people do. So unfortunately, the game is what it is. There is no way to unlock or get the registered version unless someone has it out there. If you have it, if you somehow still have that program, I don't know if it's on a floppy disk or whatever it is, oh, let me know. I want this so much. So a couple of the things about the program, he wrote it as more of a way to practice using that sort of coding, but it went to the side because he's doing other engineering things. Funny enough, he has a degree in music, and he has an album of him playing piano, and I purchased the album as a thank you for communicating, and feel free to buy it as well. I put it in the link below. With that said, before going back into trying to solve with 3D Cube, I wanted to figure out some numbers, some data of what is possible. And first thing, I want to see how long it takes to do each move, and it takes about 1.5 seconds. Now you can type in your moves while it's still going. So if, let's say I was inserting something with R, U prime, R prime, I might type like Shift 4, 1, 4. And you can type that and it will plan ahead. There's a limit. Sometimes I've typed a lot for an algorithm and it stops after a little bit, but you can type ahead. So it'll go right from one move to the next. The text scrolling, at least before you start the game, moves across every like 40 seconds or so and takes around 5 or 6 seconds to move across the screen. When you're actually doing the solve, it seems a little bit different. Sometimes I feel like I get that text after just a few seconds, and sometimes it seems like 1.5 minutes goes by and nothing. So I don't really know that timing. So with that said, an average CFOP solve will be around 60 moves. You can't really do Rubik in any efficient way because M slices don't work on this program. So with an average 60 solve solution, and that's if you're actually being really good about efficiency, it'll take about 1.5 minutes to solve the cube. Not good enough for the world record. You basically have to get lucky to get the world record or do some crazy block building and really plan ahead and look ahead with that. So I started grinding. I spent a few hours just doing a solve after the next, after the next, after the next. And I got to about 2.5 minutes. And I was pretty happy with that. 2:27. Getting better. I honestly went from loving it to wanting something a little bit faster turning. But I was happy with 2.5 minutes and I submitted it, and I'm okay being in second place right now in the world. I want you to see what you can do. This was a lot of fun to just do something new. I would love for people to start maybe speedrunning CS timer scrambles or something like that where you can use your keyboard that way because it'll be a lot faster. And I've seen people get insane sub 10 times on CS timer. I can't even imagine how they're getting that, but it's possible. So check it out. Now I have a link in the description where you can just play the game without downloading a DOS emulator. The website itself is the DOS emulator, so no C:/ stuff you have to do. It's just right there. You click on it, you play it. You don't need to go to the crazy recording I did with putting my face in there and a timer. I frame counted my times afterwards to make sure it was exactly right. I didn't want to just guess it kind of close. But just record your screen as you do it, submit your times, and let me see how it goes. I'm really interested in how this turns out. I would love for this to become a regular thing. I would love for the speed solving community to come together and try speed solving this DOS program from the 90s. It was a fun adventure, to say the least. Well, thank you very much for watching. Leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Hit like, subscribe for more content like this in the future, and always stop by speedcubeview.com for more news and reviews. $227. Getting better.